Welcome back. 412-575-2600 on the Bordas and Bordas hotline. Give us a call. Also taking your tweets at Josh Taylor HD. We'll start out on Twitter with Rob. He says the Twins ended up signing reliever Cody Allen to a minor league contract. Not sure why the Pirates couldn't have done the same thing. And Rob, I know we discussed this the other night when we mentioned Cody Allen being an option since he was DFA'd by the Angels. I would have loved to see that kind of move with Cody Allen. He's one of those guys where if you're the Pirates, you pretty much can't lose bringing in a guy like him, knowing that your bullpen hasn't been that stable over the past couple weeks. I will say this, though, because to just say that they haven't been effective wouldn't be fair to everybody. Richard Rodriguez has been really good in the month of June. I think it goes without saying. I think eight appearances in the month of June hasn't allowed a run. So Richard Rodriguez has started to figure it out. I think Kyle Crick has been a guy, even though he's had his shaky moments, he's been a guy that's been for the most part consistent, especially when he's healthy. I like what Crick has done, of course. I never have complaints with Vasquez. There's always going to be concerns with Michael Feliz. He continues to have his issues here and there. I think control is the big thing for him. You love the velocity, but the control continues to be an issue. Going to the phone lines, 412-575-2600. Let's go to Pete in Squirrel Hill. Pete, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Josh, how are you tonight?
Good. How you doing, Pete?
Hey, Josh, I talked to Paul Zeiss on the radio side last week and brought to his attention that the Pirates are the only organization in Major League Baseball that haven't won a single playoff series in 40 years. I was wondering how you felt about that.
I got to think back to make sure that's true. And you might be right, because the teams I think about, the Minnesotas of the world haven't won one. Texas has won some. Now, granted, the Angels, yeah, it's been since 2002. I don't know if that's a big accomplishment for them because they haven't won one in the Mike Trout era, which I think is a big waste. But it is what it is, man. It's got to be someone at this point. Remember the time there was a Cub? The Cubs hadn't won a World Series in 100 years? It's got to be somebody. It's cyclical. It's going to go back around that way. When that changes, I don't know. I got no answer for that. I don't know if it'll change anytime soon. I was going into this season, I was looking at this team as possibly a fourth place, maybe a third place team at best in the NL Central. I don't think that'll change anytime soon this season, but I don't know. I've been wrong about things before. Let's go to Terry in Gibsonia. Terry, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
I know you guys were talking last night about a complete rebuild, but I think if this rotation gets healthy, the way they're scoring runs, I think they can be competitive with anybody. And, earlier on, the pitching staff was carrying them. Now it's the bats. So once they put everything together, I think they can be competitive.
Thanks for the call, Terry. That's really the source of my frustration. I mean, going into the season, I always felt like the starting pitching would be the thing that carried this team as far as it could go. If you want to put the pinpoint of the season where the wheels started to come off, for me personally, when Trevor Williams got hurt and when Jamison Tyone got hurt. Those were your two most consistent starters. And you just mentioned them. When the pitching's healthy, this team's pretty good. Your two most consistent starters go down, and then probably your third most consistent in Jordan Lyles. He has a hamstring injury, so he misses a week and a half, so that becomes a problem. Then, and this is something else I think hurts too. Keone Kelly gets hurt. Kyle Crick was banged up for a little bit. He eventually came back. But when you lose those guys that are supposed to be critical parts of both your rotation and your bullpen, it's going to be a problem. And then, of course, the offense starts to go nuts when the pitching falls apart. I made this reference a couple weeks ago. It always feels like this team, especially this season, just seems like they're a day late and a dollar short when it comes to having everything together at the same time. When you have the pitching, when you have the hitting, when you have the bullpen, and everything is working, that's when you feel a lot better. Here's another thing that's actually gotten a lot better. This team's defense has gotten better, and it probably has a lot to do with the fact that Kevin Newman is getting a lot of reps at shortstop and not Eric Gonzalez. That's another thing that's gotten better. Cole Tucker is a pretty good defensive shortstop. So if you really want to add all those elements together, that makes it even a little bit more frustrating because now that's starting to get figured out a little bit, and it just comes at times when other things seem to be lacking. So it definitely is a big problem. Let's go to Frank in Uniontown. Frank, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Hi, Josh. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for calling in.
I've got a question, Josh. Last night during the fourth inning, Sterling Marte led off, and they had the bunt sign on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have a power hitter with a bunt sign. You have Josh Bell due up next. Could you please tell me what the strategy was with the Pirates having a power hitter lead off with a bunt, which he failed miserably? Thank you.
Thanks for the call. I have two theories behind that. One, Starling Marte gets that opportunity more often than he probably should simply because of his speed. If you remember the earlier parts of his career, he was able to do that somewhat successfully. If he got a bunt down, he was going to beat it out. He just had the speed and talent to do that. When you're looking at him now hitting in the 3-hole, it kind of doesn't make as much sense, so it really doesn't matter for him to do something like that in that particular instance, especially in the 4th inning of a tight game. And then again, sometimes there's that old mentality. You try to do anything you can to get on base. I don't think you needed to in that position with Starling Marte. I think he eventually roped one into the left field corner anyway that drove in a run, so it ended up really not being an issue for him. But yeah, I would like to see him, especially in that position, not have to try to bunt for a base hit. It's not like he's hitting 1 or 2 in the order like he has in the past. I think it's a lot different situation in that 3 spot. Let's go to Dan in Altoona. Dan, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Josh, I was going to ask you something else, but when I heard while I was on hold, you thought we'd come in 3rd in the Central. Who did you possibly think we were going to come ahead of between the Brewers, the Cubs, or the Cardinals?
I was thinking, and thank you for the call, I was thinking ahead of the Reds, obviously, because who wouldn't? And the other team was the Cubs. And it was because, and this is based on Baseball America's projections, Baseball America, before the season, had projected the Cubs to only win, I think, 81 or 82 games. And it even caught me off guard because I kept telling myself, this team won 82 games, this team with Bryant and Rizzo and Baez, this team, have you seen their pitching? Did you see what the Mets did to them today and yesterday? I'm starting to understand the concern. Now, with all that said, the Cubs are still a pretty good team. They're still pretty talented. They can still score runs pretty much at regular when they feel like it. So that's one thing that kind of stands out for me. But before the season, I think when we actually did our predictions for the season, I eventually settled on 4th place behind the Cubs. But it was going to be maybe a game or 2 behind the Cubs because the Cubs pitching continues to be a problem. I mean, that's why I signed Craig Kimbrell, right? But then again, if your starters are guys like you, Darvish, and they can't seem to get out of the 5th inning, doesn't matter who your closer is, kind of is an issue, right? Got to take a break. We'll be right back.